So in that particular case, the first thing is tail recursions, right? We already discussed the concept of tail recursions, and the concept is that, and the meaning of the tail recursions is that, that means a recursive call, a recursive call is tail recursive. A recursive call is tail recursive if it is the last statement, if it is the last statement to be executed, to be executed inside the function, to be executed inside the function. So the if we write a tail recursion for GCD, if we can write like that, say integer, say GCD, say integer A, integer B. And how can we evaluate the GCD? We know if there are two, say A is equals to 15 and B is equals to 12, then what we can do, we are dividing this 12 with this, and this will 3, and we are again divided this 12, and that will give you, that means that particular thing, that will give you the GCD. And this is nothing but, if this is A and if this is B, that means A modulo B, that will give you the GCD, right? Because that will give you the corresponding GCD. So what we can say, I am just writing like that, if the value of B is equals to 0, then I am returning A, otherwise returning GCD B A modulo B, right? That I'm just writing there. Then what will happen? Say I have to find the GCD between A15 and B12. Then what if we consider the stack evaluations, then main, that we call GCD, say this is 15 and this is 12. This condition is not satisfied, so it will return it will return this GCD B. That means it will return GCD. What is B? B is 12, and A modulo B, that is nothing but the remainder, that is 3, right? Again it will call the same thing, that means this is 12 and this is 3, and it will again return this GCD because that condition is not satisfied. It will again call the GCD B is 3, and A modulo B, that is 0. So when you just call this, that means B equals to 0, it will return when you are calling this. In the next step, what will happen, that B equals to 0, that means it will return A. And what is A? A is nothing but 3, right? And that is the answer. That means you need not to pop this, right? You need not to pop this one. The last statement, this is the last statement to be executed inside the function, and this is this, and the result that will come out, that is nothing but 3. So Arithro, it makes clear? বোঝা গেছে?
হ্যাঁ স্যার।
Okay, so this is the বলো।
বলছি স্যার, আমি যদি জিসিডিটাকে আগে দিই আর বিটা ইকুয়াল টু 0টা করি, তো স্যার মানে ওটাও কি এরকম ভাবেই হচ্ছে? মানে চেকিংটা যদি আগে, পাসিংটা আগে করব, চেকিংটা পরে।
পাসিংটা আগে করবে, চেকিংটা মানে ইফটা কোথায় দেবে বলো?
ইফটা স্যার
যেখানে আছে সেখানে।
হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ, ইফটা যেমন আছে তেমন, আর রিটার্ন যেটা দিচ্ছে না এইচসিএফ, যেটা মানে জিসিডি যেটা রিটার্ন করছি, ওটাকে আগে দিয়ে রিটার্নের যে আপনি ওই
না, তাহলে কি হবে, স্ট্যাকে পুশ করে যাবে। লাস্ট স্টেটমেন্ট যেটা এক্সিকিউটেড হবে সেটা রেজাল্ট হবে না।
আচ্ছা আচ্ছা, হ্যাঁ বুঝেছি।
So the thing is that, so today we start the string. Today we start string. So the thing is that, so in C there is no separate data type for string in C, right? There is no separate data type, because when you are dealing with Python you will see that there is a data type that is called string, but there there is no data type, there is no data type for strings in C, and they are treated as array of type character. Actually string is nothing but they are treated as arrays of type character, right? And a character array is a string if it ends with a null character. That is the difference. That means a character array is a string. It is a string if it ends with a null character. If it ends with a null character, that means একটা string এ যদি end করে null character দিয়ে, তাহলে আমরা কি বলতে পারি, that is nothing but a string. So a string is a constant. A string constant is a sequence of character that will be enclosed in double quotes, right? And it is also called a literals. What I am saying, that means a string constant, a string a string constant is a sequence of characters, a sequence of characters that enclosed in double quotes, enclosed in double quotes, and is also called a literal. That is also called a literal. That means what we can say, I can write the string like that. This s is a, and we can write say divide, right? This is the corresponding, we are declaring this and we are writing the string within double quotes. Then what will happen if this is a string s, right? So this is d e, this is b, this is a, this is a n, and automatically the last character is a null character, right? That will be, if there is a null character, this is a character array, right? This is a character array, but when you are writing it within double inverted comma, that means the last character that already been embedded with null. That means if it is a starting base address is 100, next is 101, this is 102, this is 103, 104, 105, 106, and this is 107. We can write that because each character will occupies one byte, and compiler automatically insert the null character at the end. That is not the headache. That is a headache of the compiler. When you are written it in double inverted comma, that automatically the null character will be added, automatically insert the null character. In that particular case, what we know, that each character that occupies one byte, each character occupies one byte, and the compiler automatically insert the null character, and the compiler automatically insert the null character at the end. So that means this particular string constant is nothing but a pointer to a character, right? So the thing is that to handle character, to handle handling character, actually in different compilers will use different thing, like that there is a get char. This is a get char. That means this particular functions receives a character. This function receives a character from the keyboard. That means we are using getChar for receiving a character from a keyboard. But the thing is that after entering the character, we should press enter. That means we should press enter, then the output will be displayed. And of course, that will be defined in stdio.h library file. That means you can use it in code blocks or something else. But there is also, because in your semester examination it may come, this is a get ch, and this particular function receives a character. This particular function also, that is also receives a character from the keyboard. The difference is between this getChar and getChe, that after entering the character, enter button need not to be pressed. That means enter button, need not to be pressed. Need not to be, pressed. And there is another thing that is called getch, and of course that will be written in conio.h header file, but in some compiler it will give an error if we use getch, right? So that is not the standard notations to use, but this thing, it is in your semester it may come, so that's why I'm discussing this is a meaning of getChar, and that is the meaning of getch. And this is also receives a character from the keyboard, and after typing the character you need not press, enter, need not press. This is also the same functions that is doing, that is also, receives a character, from the keyboard. And after typing the character, you need not press enter, in that particular case enter button need not be pressed. And of course this is also written in the conio.h. Okay, now the thing is that about the scanf, right? These functions, that will receive a character from keyboard when we are using %c format string, right? Scanf is also used to take, a character from the keyboard. There is also for displaying the character. We can use this putchar. This is another functions, put character. This function, displays character. This is called like a printf. Printf is also displaying the character. So by using putchar, we also displays a character. We can also display the character on the, screen. That will also happen. So that means, like if we just take, I just write a program, program to, read and display a character. Read and display a character, using getChar and putchar. Getchar and putchar function. That is similar as this is a simpler program, but think at least you should know the basic, that how to read and display character using getchar and putchar, because that is important, since it is better to know the basic thing. So if we want to read and display a character, using getchar and putchar, say I am writing like that, has include, stdio.h, because it is within this. I am writing, say, void main, and say character ch. I am just writing printf, enter a character, and by using ch we are taking this getchar, right? By using getchar we are taking the character and we will be placed in ch, and I want to printf, that means within printf I am just writing you entered, and I'm just writing putchar ch, that means it will shows an output. So this is a simple program. This is a character we are defining. We are entering a character. This character will be taken by getcat, and by using putchar we are just printing the thing. Now there is a concept that is called buffer in C program, right? That is the concept of buffer. So what do you mean by buffer? Buffer is nothing but a temporary storage area. That is called temporary storage area. Temporary storage area. Like that, তোমরা যখন ইউটিউবে দেখো অনেক সময় যখন নেটের স্পিড স্লো থাকে, দেখবে একটা বাটন গোল 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 করে ঘুরছে। তা গোল গোল করে ঘুরছে তার মানেটা কি? গোল গোল করে ঘুরছে তার মানেটা হচ্ছে আমরা যখন ডেটাগুলোকে সেন্ড করি সোর্স থেকে, তখন পাথটা ফিক্সড করি না, মানে সোর্স থেকে যে কোনো পাথ দিয়ে ওরা কি করতে পারে, ডেস্টিনেশনে রিচ করতে পারে। তার মানে একই এবং একসঙ্গে এত বড় প্যাকেট আমরা পাঠাই না, সেই প্যাকেটটাকে ছোট ছোট পার্টে ভেঙে ভেঙে সেন্ডার থেকে রিসিভারে পাঠাই। এখন প্রশ্ন হচ্ছে যে ছোট ছোট পার্টে ভাঙছো এবং প্রত্যেকটা প্যাকেট তাহলে আলাদা আলাদা পার্ট ট্রাভেল করে আসছে, এটা তো হতেই পারে যে কোনো পাথে কনজেশন বেশি কম্পেয়ার টু দ্য আদার পাথ। দেখা যাবে লাস্ট যেগুলোকে ভেঙেছো সেগুলো আগে পৌঁছে গেছে, অথচ ফার্স্টের কিছু প্যাকেট আগে পৌঁছায়নি। তখন কি করে ইউটিউব, কি করে ওই জিনিসটাকে বাফারে স্টোর করে, মানে বাফারে ওয়েট করে যতক্ষণ না সব প্যাকেটগুলো আসে। তারপর সেই প্যাকেটগুলোকে তো সাজাতে হবে পরপর পরপর, কারণ অর্ডারে তো আসছে না। এবারে তোমায় রিসিভারের কাজ কি? রিসিভারের কাজ সেগুলোকে অর্ডারে সাজিয়ে তারপর তোমায় আউটপুটে ডিসপ্লে করা। তাহলে এবার অর্ডারে সাজাবে এটা কোথায়? তার জন্য আমার একটা মেমোরি দরকার। তাহলে মেমোরিটাকে কি, সেই টেম্পোরারি স্টোরেজটাকে আমরা বলি বাফার, তাই না? তাই জন্য বাফারিং দেখায়। বাফারিং মানে বাফারে গিয়ে ওটাকে অ্যারেঞ্জ করতে যে টাইমটা লাগাচ্ছে সেই টাইমটা আমাকে ওয়েট করতে হবে। এবং all standard input and output devices contain an input and output buffer. That means in that case what I am saying, that all standard input and output devices contain an input and output buffer. Contain an input and output buffer. So for example, we know in standard input, when we are pressing the key on the keyboard, it is not sent to your program, rather it is buffered by operating system till the time is allotted to that program. That means আমরা যখন কিবোর্ডে কোনো কিছুকে প্রেস করি ওটা কিন্তু ডিরেক্টলি প্রোগ্রামে যাচ্ছে না, ওটা কি করা হচ্ছে, প্রথমে বাফারে যাচ্ছে, তারপর পার্টিকুলার টাইমে ওখানে বাফার থেকে অ্যাকচুয়াল প্রোগ্রামে পাঠানো হচ্ছে। So the thing is that তার মানে বাফার থাকা মানে বাফার ক্লিনিং ইজ অলসো ওয়ান অফ দ্য ইম্পর্টেন্ট থিং, মানে বাফারটাকে আমাদের কি করতে, পরিষ্কার করতে হয়। কারণ একটা সময় দেখা গেছিল আমাদের একটা ফাংশন আছে, সেটা মনে হয় গেটস। এই গেটস ফাংশন দিয়ে আমি যে কোনো স্ট্রিং ইনপুট দিতে পারি, মানে স্ক্যানএফ যেমন কাজ করে ইনপুট নেওয়ার জন্য, আমরা এখানে গেটস দিয়েও ইনপুটটা নিতে পারি। ধরো এন্টার ইউর নেম, আমার পুরো নেমটা ও কিন্তু গেটস দিয়ে ইনপুটটা নিতে পারে। নাও দ্য থিং ইজ দ্যাট এই গেটসটা কি করে, বাফার ইউজ করে। তাহলে তুমি ভেবে রাখো আমার তো একটা বাফারটা একটা মেমোরি, তাহলে হয়তো এই গেটস দিয়ে আমরা 10 ধরো লাইনের একটা ডেটা ঢোকাচ্ছি, অথচ তোমার বাফারের সাইজ হয়তো 20 লাইন, তার মধ্যে ধরো 17 থেকে 20 পর্যন্ত লাইন অন্য একটা প্রোগ্রাম সেটাকে কোনো রকম ভাবে ব্যাকট্র্যাপ করে ঢুকে আমাদের কোনো ভাইরাস বা সিকিউরিটিকে হ্যাম্পার করতে পারে, বিকজ আমরা কিন্তু জানি না। তার কারণ আমাদের একটা বাফার থাকে, একটা জায়গা, মানে হয়তো তোমার বাড়িতে যদি কিছু রুম যদি একদম বন্ধ অবস্থায় থাকে, বিকজ সেগুলো কোনোদিন ইউজ হয় না, তাহলে কি হয়, সেখানে যেমন অনেক গন্ডগোল হতে পারে, এখানেও একই ব্যাপার, এখানেও একই ঘটনা। তার মানে আমার অ্যাকচুয়ালি বাফারের সাইজ বড়, কিন্তু আমাদের ইনপুট নর্মাল ইউজ হয় এই সাইজে, তার মানে রেস্ট অফ দা জায়গা আমি যদি প্রত্যেকবার চেক না করি তাহলে সেখানে এসে একটা ভাইরাস উল্টো দিক দিয়ে আমাদের অ্যাটাক করতে পারে। গেটসের ক্ষেত্রে সেটা করতো একটা সময় 90s বা তার পরের দশকে, তাই জন্য এটাকে কি করা হয়েছে, রেকমেন্ডেড নয় এই গেটসটাকে ইউজ করা। ইট উইল অলওয়েজ বিন বেটার টু ইউজ স্ক্যানএফ, বাট গেটস আমরা ইউজ করি স্ট্রিং এর ক্ষেত্রে। সো এখানে অনেক সময় অনেক প্রোগ্রামে দেখবে যে we are using this particular concept f plus stdin, we are using this, that is typically used for this, typically used for output stream, for output streaming we are using this f plus std, but its purpose is to clear the output buffer। বুঝতেই পারছো f plus মানে কি করছে, that clears the output buffer, it will clears the output buffer and move the buffer data to console, and it will, or disk whatever be the needed, and then it move the buffer, it moves the buffer data to console, right? So can we use it for input stream like stdin? That will be used for output stream only. So the question is input stream এর জন্য কি আমরা এটাকে ইউজ করতে পারি? এবং in C standard it is undefined behavior to use f plus std if we can use for input stream। সো কিছু কিছু কম্পাইলার আছে যেমন মাইক্রোসফট ভিজুয়াল স্টুডিও বা সেগুলো এটাকে ইউজ করে, বাট সবাই কিন্তু এই জিনিসটাকে ইউজ করতে পারে না। তো এটাই বুঝবে যে এফ প্লাস এসটিডিএন যেটা ইউজ করা হয় সাধারণত আউটপুট স্ট্রিমের জন্য, আউটপুট যদি বাফারটাকে ক্লিয়ার করে দিতে হয় আগে, তোমার যদি মনে হয় কিছু ডেটা থেকে গেল তাকে ক্লিয়ার করলে বেটার হয়, তখন আমরা কি করি, এটা ইউজ করি। And also মনে রাখবে is space considered as a character in a string, that means in case of space is also treated as a character, as a character in the string, that you should remember, that means space is also treated, space is also treated as a character in the string, character in the string। So the thing is that আমরা মনে হয় একটা প্রোগ্রাম তোমাদের দেওয়া হয়েছিল, আই থিঙ্ক সো, যে প্রোগ্রামটা তোমাদের মনে হয় রিকারশনের রেসপেক্টে একটা স্ট্রিং রেসপেক্টে প্রোগ্রাম দেওয়া ছিল, সেই প্রোগ্রামটা কি আমরা করেছিলাম কিনা জানি না, লেটস সি। দ্য থিং ইজ দ্যাট দ্যাট উইল বি দ্য প্রোগ্রাম, সিন্স ইউ জাস্ট হার্ড দ্য নেম অফ দ্য স্ট্রিং, then what we can say, if we write a program, whether I don't know I am writing or not, that abc character star s, and if this is 0 equals to this null, then return, we are calling the abc function 2 times, so that's why this is the recursion, and I want to printf this particular character is 0, and from main I am just passing 1 2 3. So when we are dealing with the recursions, I always told you that either you should follow the stack method, or either you can follow the tree method. Since there are number of variables is less, right, number of variables is less within the recursions, that means it is always been better to use what, we can use the tree method. So if we can use the tree method, what is the thing that is actually going on? That means this is a string, this is a double inverted comma. What I am saying, যদি কোনো string লিখতে হয় C তে, তার কোনো আলাদা ডেটা টাইপ নেই। ডবল ইনভার্টেড কমা লেখা মানে হচ্ছে আমরা string ইউজ করছি, এবং string ইউজ করা মানে লাস্ট ক্যারেক্টারটা নাল দিয়ে অটোমেটিক্যালি কম্পাইলার সেটাকে ভর্তি করে দিচ্ছে। তার মানে অ্যাকচুয়ালি it would looks like that 1 2 3, this is null, right? This is null. And if this is a character, that means this is 100, this is 101, this is 102, this is 103. So if we use this, if we call this particular function abc, this is 1 2 3, and if we actually we are passing the pointer to the first one, right? Actually when you are calling the functions like abc, when we are calling the function this abc 1 2 3, what we are actually actually pass pointer, right? Pointer to the first one. That means we are sending 100 to a pointer, right? Because 100 is the base address. So in that particular case, what I am sending, we are actually sending 100 to a pointer, right? 100 to a pointer, and pointer is being caught, and pointer is being caught at s, right? Because you are just passing the base address 100, and s, this pointer will caught this. So a character pointer 100 of being caught here, right? So a pointer can be used as an array, that. So that means what will happen, this a b c 100 actually this is passing, and you are not getting the null value. That means you are calling abcs plus 1 and abcs plus 1 both time, and then you are printing the value s0 abc1. That means 100 0 and 100 101 and 101. So what we can say, abc 101, this abc 101, and we are printing this value s0, right? We are printing this value s0. That means value at 100, right? We are calling this particular value because that will be pushed on stack. So since you are calling with the base address 100 and this is the s0, that means you have to print the value at 100. And again you are calling the recursions. That means abc 102, say abc, this is also 102, and this is printf at 101. Similarly, this is abc 102, this is also abc 102, and this is also printf 100. That will print the corresponding value. This is coming from 101, this is print 101. So again you are calling this particular value, right? Again it will be calling this particular value. That means every time you are going to this 102 location, so the next time when you are calling you will get null. That means this is abc 103, this is abc 103, and this is printf 102. This is also abc of 103, abc of 103, and printf of 102. Similarly, this is also abc. That means abc 100 of 3, like that. So when you are tracing like that, this will be 103, the statement that will give you null. That means this condition is satisfied and it will return the value, right? When it will return, it will return doing nothing, and again this will come, it will return like that. So first thing that will print it, that means it will moving like that, and then it will print this 102 locations value. 102 locations value means it is 3, and then this similar as that 103, this is 103 will be like that, then 103, so it will print again printf of 102, and then it will print 101, right, because it will print this 101. 101 means 2, and it will print the same sequence. That's the one. So this is the corresponding output that we will get, and that is nothing but the this is the recursion problem, but since we have started with the help of string, so that's why I'm discussing that is the corresponding output, right. So the thing is that I'm not going details of that. This is the thing that they have to say that what should be the output of this. Now the next thing is that you know we are familiar with the library function in C, right? The library function, what are the different library functions? We know the library functions are printf, we are using scanf. At that particular chapter you will see there is a putchar, there is a getchar, there is a getch, and all those are library functions, right? All those are library functions. But there are some important library functions that we used in C from string. That is, the first one is nothing but strlen. This is the string length. That is the first library function, that is the string length. And when you are using this particular inbuilt library functions, we are incorporating the header file, and that is string.h. That is nothing but string.h. This is the corresponding header file that we will use. Okay. First library function, that is nothing but strlen. That is the very important thing for campusing and as well as your examinations. So the thing is that the header file that you have to include, if we use strlen, that is nothing but string.h. That is the string.h, and the string.h, this declaration declaration this declaration is it would be declared like that. If you cannot, this is a size t, that means it will return the length of the string, so that's why. And the function is strlen, and the input is a character character string constant. This is a pointer. So this is the inbuilt the function declaration of strlen. This is the inbuilt function declaration of strlen. So the thing is that let's see how we can use these strlen functions, right? Just a minute, I am just opening or sharing our C directory, then we will start. So I think, is it visible? Right. So I am just in that particular case, say I am writing a using strlen this particular functions. That means I am just writing say character, I am writing str, and say the maximum length of this array character array, that is 50. And the thing is that I am just writing printf, and I just give you to enter a string. That means please enter a string, and I am just using their gets, right? I am just using their gets, you are using always scanf, but there is a problem in scanf we already discussed, and also the solution is discussed, that when we are giving space, the space is not counted by scanf, right? So the thing is that this is, and I just want to print it, right? So I can just use puts, right, and str. Let's see. So if we can write this, what I am writing there, no, I am just writing, this is a guess, so it will be better that I am just writing whether it will run or not. Let's see. The thing is that I have to print the length of this thing, so I am just writing strlen functions and then str, right? If we write like that. Now whether that will give an error or not, because the error that will happen because we are including stdio.h, but str length function is not within this particular library. So when you run this, that will not find this particular thing. So it will be better that we can include, you know uh, what we can say, we can include another stop program to edit. Okay, so the thing is that I have to stop that, and then I can include, stdio.h, right? So the thing is that stdio.h, I can write it. str.h, I'm wrong, this is string.h, string, right? So if you run that, whether it would give an error, but the thing is that the puts is not, puts is, if I just want to see the output, if we want to see the output, then we know, if I just write this, then it will be behaving like that, but it is not printing the star length. So if you can write that, you now see this is the enter strings by using gets, that is not enter string, right? That you will see that in that particular case they will give you enter string, and I am just giving DEBAYAN and space GANGULY. You just see that will give you Deva and Ganguly, right? But the thing is that, so I want to print use the star length, so it will be better that I can use a printf statement, printf, and say within the printf I am writing this, that length of the string is, that is, I am just writing because I am just want to print the unsigned, and say \n, and I just use this strlen function, and the thing is that str, right? That means I want to print the length of the string. So what will happen? So whether this gets what the thing they are giving. So, oh, I am just missing the semicolon, right? So the thing is that, so if I compile it, enter a string, so I am just entering a string like that. So just see, it will give, since there are puts, so it will give an output, right? That, and the length of the string, that will give you 15. And if you count this, that means 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, space is 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15, right? The total length of the string is 15. But the thing is that that is by using the library functions, but it may be possible that the questions that comes that without using library functions, right? Without using library function, because in interview they will ask you to count the length of the string, but without using the library functions, without using library function. If we want to calculate it without using library functions, then how can we calculate it like that? I'm just writing here also. We can write like that, say integer I. I'm just writing a variable. Let's they are calculating the thing, so say I'm just writing here. So this is the case. Now I am writing that integer I. If we are using, that means without using library function we want to calculate it. So if we write like that, this while I am writing this str I. Let's see whether it will work or not. That means when the null string is found, it automatically stopped, but whether it will work or not. And then I'm just using the printf, and within the printf, length of the string, is, this is percent u, you know first in, and I am just want to print the value of I. That is a simple thing that I can do. That means in that particular case, until and unless it will goes to the get the null, the loop will continue and I will be incremented, and after that I just want to print the length of this. So if we run this, this is a enter string. I am just entering thereby, and like that. So if you just enter it, yes, this is the length of the string, which is calculated by using the library function, and that will be calculated without using library functions. And without using library functions, I am just using while loop. And if you can write like that, that is also written in several books, but that is also working. If we just write stri, that will also work fine. But in some books you will see that they will say you that is not equals to, if you write like that, that will be better to understandable, but you can write like that slash, you know this is the null character. So whether it will work or not, let's see. So if we say we can run this, if it's not given error, say I'm just giving debian, then okay, that will also work fine. That means I am just writing stri when it is not equals to null. When we are writing stri, that means also it will the start stop when you get this null characters. So that will occur. So the thing is that I'm just so I think that particular thing is clear to all of you. If not, then you can ask, because I am going to my notebook to explain it like that. So the thing is that, so that is okay. That means when you are using str length by using library function, that is trivial. But the thing is that you have to write in your exam like that by using array versions. You have to implement the str length. The array versions is like that, unsigned, say integer, I'm writing this is str length. We cannot give the same name, and this is character str, like that. So this is integer I, while stri, I am just writing I plus plus, I am writing functions this return I. So this is a simple functions by which we are implementing the str length without using library function. And or you can uh, you know there is a versions which is called pointer versions. You can implement the thing by using the concept of pointer. That means like that, say unsigned int, say str, I am just giving p, that means pointer, the same as that. This is the corresponding array that we are passing. This is character, the star p is equals to str, and while this star p this not equals to null, then p is plus plus, right? And we are returning p minus str. Then we will get the answer, because p minus str means p is the starting, p is the after incrementing, say this is the thing, say d e b a y a n, and this is the null character. Say this is the null character, and this is 100, this is 101, 102, 103, 104, 105, 106, 107. So what will happen, p is a pointer, say this is the str, so p is a pointer which is storing 100, that will pointing to there. Now until and unless p will reach to the null value, it will increment it, and after that when it stops, the value is 107, right? So it will return p minus str, that means 107, and str is 100, and that means it will return 7, right? That, so it is nothing but pointer versions. So this is the first function, which is str length, right? strlen. The next thing is strcpy. This is called string copy, right? This is called string copy. And the declaration, that means how internally the function is declared. The function will return the character. This is strcpy. This is a another string, because you have to copy, that means one string from another string. This is the, say, source, because this is the destination, that is the source, right? That, so how can str2 is the source string, this is nothing but source, and that is the destinations, right? There, this is the destination. So what will happen, like that, I have to just copy the corresponding string. That means, say I am writing a character, right? I am writing a character, a string a. Say the string a contain a b c d, right? And I am just character give b, that will take 10. And now if we write b equals to a, that will give you compilation error. You cannot do it like that. Okay, this will give you compilation error. You cannot write that. Variable can be, but if we write strcpy b comma a, then automatically the content of a will be copied at b, right? You cannot copy like that b equals to a. That will be you can do it when you are assigning the variable, but when you are assigning the string, you cannot do it, right? But when you are write strcpy, that is okay. So that means if you want to copy this, we have to just write strcpy. What I am seeing there, that means in that particular case, in that particular compiler, there is only one string. You can use two string, and if you can just use strcpy and print the next string, you will see the string will be copied. But the main thing is that you just tried it, and that will be better if you can try. The next thing is that without using this, library functions, what should be the manual versions, right? Because that is important. That means without using library function, how, what are the procedure to copy, right? What are the procedure to copy? So now, say I am writing my own function strcpy, and this is the destination, and this is source. This is nothing but destination, and this is nothing but source. So the thing is that integer I, what I am writing here, I equals to 0, this is si. That means the loop will end when it will get the null character. What will happen? This is an this is a source. Say this is a b c d, and this is a content, and say this is an index 0, this is index 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4, and your destination, this is an array, and this is empty, say. So what will happen when I equals to 0? What will happen? This value will be copied there, and this is also location you know like that. So d0, this particular value, from s0 we are copying this value. So if general case, if we write like that, so di si, right? That means you are copying the content. A will be copied, again I will be incremented and it will go to the next location, and b again it will be copied, and again it will be incremented, and c will be copied, again it will be incremented, then d will be copied, like that. Now the thing is, when this character will reach the null value, that means you have to embed, after completion of this copy, you have to forcefully include null character in the new in the destination string, until and unless if you are not embedding this null character, that will not be treated as a string. So what will happen in that particular case? This particular, we are embedding the null character. I am not writing any curly braces, because the for loop will execute only the next statement, and after completion of the for loop, this di equals to null, that will be executed. So that is the simple one. If you write the simple code, then that means this is the simple manual versions of the code, by which you can copy from one string to another string. So now the next thing is that next library function, that all are important, right? The thing is that next library function strcat, that means string concatenation. This is called string concatenation. And of course, if we write the declarations, that means what is written? This return character, this is a function, the function will take concatenation, that means it will take two string, one is this destination string and one is the source string. So that's why I am writing like that. Yes. And say, if we talk example, what is the meaning of this? Say character a, that is nothing but x, y, z, right? And say this is a character b, I am taking 10, right? And that is concatenation. So abcd, what you have to remember, say আমি এই b এর ভ্যালু যদি কম নিই, রাইট, b এর ভ্যালু যদি কম নিই, মানে জায়গা যদি ফাঁকা না রাখি, তাহলে কনক্যাটিনেট করে কোথায় স্টোর করব? মানে when you are writing strcat ba, and b is the destination, a is the source, the destination এর সাইজ, নিজের সাইজ প্লাস a সাইজ এর চেয়ে যেন বেশি বা সমান হয়, কম হলে গন্ডগোল। তার মানে রেজাল্টটা কি হবে? if this is b, this is a b c d, and as well as x y z, and this is a null character, right? So this is index 0 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, right? So the thing is that I am taking these 10 values, so there is no problem. But the thing is that, okay, that's not an issue, because the string concatenations by using strcat, that is very easier way to concatenate the string. But if we use the manual versions, right, if we use the manual versions, then how can we do that? That means in that particular case, this is an array, say a, and in that particular array a, I am taking that this is the source array, say I am denoting it by s, and in the source array, this is x y, this is z, and this is the null. And this is the destination array. In the destination array, this is a, this is b, this is c, this is d, and this is null, right? So the thing is that, and also this destination array has that has a length more than that, otherwise you cannot store that. So destination array has length 10, we assume that. So I am writing our own function, say strcat, right? And this is the destinations array, and we are passing the source array, right? So what will happen, say integer l, this is I. So the problem begins, that means I have to start the pointer, right? That means it will reaches to the end, right? It will pointer will be incremented and it will reaches the end, and when it reaches the end you have to copy this one, and then you have to increment this as well as you have to increment this, and again you have to copy this one, right? That will be happening like that. So what will happen, first you have to run the destination array until it reaches the null condition. So L equals to 0 until and unless it will reach to the null. I am just incrementing, and this is the end of the for loop. That means L will be pointing there after execution of the for loop, right? So now what will happen, I am taking another pointer which is started at I, say for I is equals to 0, this is si, and I am incrementing I plus plus, and as well as I am incrementing L plus plus, right? And what will happen, this dl I am writing si. That means si means this is s0, this is 0 1 2 3, this is s0, and this is 0 1 2 3, this is 4. So d4 locations, the value of s0 that will be copied at d4. The value of s0 is x, that will be replaced, and you are copying x, and then you are incrementing l, right? That means also you are incrementing I will be 2 and l will be this is the fifth location, 6 7, right? That l will be fifth. So you are again copy this dl5 locations, we are copying the data from s2, that will be copy. S2 is y, and you are copying this data right there, and that will be stopped until and unless you are reaching this null value. And now after x y z are copied, you have to impede you have to impeding null value at that position. So what will happen, you have to forcefully do it a null value, you have to forcefully impede a null value. So this is nothing but the string concatenation. This is nothing but string concatenation functions. We are doing it manually, right? We are doing it manually, and it will be done like that. Now the thing is that there is another functions like that. This is strupr, right? Strupr. That means that will convert lowercase to uppercase character, lowercase to uppercase character. What does it mean? That means say the character a is like that, say a b c, say d, this is 5 2 hash, right? This is a string, right? This is a string. If we just write strupra, and I'm just printing this value, right? So what should be the output? That means lowercase letter is converted to uppercase. That means this is a b c d will be there, and that is the corresponding output, right? So you just converting the strupr, that means the lowercase to uppercase. So that is the case that we know, but the thing is that what we have to do, the manual versions. That means without using this strupr, how can you convert it, right? So the thing is that in that particular case, if we write a function, the function's name is strupr, and the function will take this character, right? function will take this character, and this is integer I, right? This is integer I. So the thing is that in that particular case, you have to convert all the lowercase letter to a uppercase letter, right? So I am just writing this for loop. I equals to 0, it will be stop until and unless we are reaching the null character. This is the I plus plus. So what I am just searching, if this AI value is greater than small a and this AI value is less than equals to small j. If this ranges will occur, what will happen? AI equals to minus equals to, I can write like that. If you forget, because the capital letter and the small letter has difference 32, right? Means I think capital A if 65 ASCII value, then the small a has 92 ASCII value, right? But if you don't know that, what I am doing, that means each character I am subtracting it with 32. If we subtracting it, that means whatever be the character, if we subtract it with 32, that means if this character is small a, because that loop will occur only when the range is between small a to small j, I have to subtract it to 32, we will get a capital A. That is the conversions, right? If the questions comes reverse, that means lowercase, that is also another string functions that is been written, that is strlow, lwr, lower, and in that particular case also you can use the same thing, right? In that case you are subtracting the thing, in that particular case you are adding the thing, that is the same thing. That means by using this you can convert a the uppercase to lowercase or lowercase to uppercase. Now the one of the important thing that has been asked, that is called str reverse, and that is one of the important thing. That means that is nothing but reverse the string. That means you have to reverse the string. That means what I am saying, say this character a is equals to abc. So now if we just write strrev a, and then I am just to put a, then the output that will get cba, right? But that is by using the library functions. But without using library, that is one of the important questions that will ask in several interviews, that you have to reverse the function without using library. That means reverse the string without using library. So if we go for manual versions, right? If we go for manual versions, then what will happen? Say say a, b, c, d, e, say null, whatever be the thing. So what you can do if we want to reverse it, আমাকে বলতে পারবে কেউ? give me the suggestions that if you want to reverse this manually, then what are the procedure you want to follow?
স্যার প্রথমে লেন্থটা বের করে নেব,
লেন্থটা বের
যে
করে,
ওর লেন্থটা কত।
ইয়েস,
হ্যাঁ, লেন্থটা বের করে একটা উল্টো উল্টো দিক দিয়ে চালিয়ে প্রিন্ট করে দেবো ফর লুপটাকে।
হ্যাঁ, উল্টো দিক দিয়ে চালিয়ে প্রিন্ট করে দিলে সেটা তো তোমার মানে এই অ্যারের মধ্যে তো চেঞ্জটা হলো না, মানে অ্যারেতে তো আপডেটেড হলো না, তুমি শুধু প্রিন্ট করার জন্য প্রিন্ট করছো, রাইট? বাট ইট ইজ নট আপডেটেড ইন দ্য অ্যারে। অ্যারেতে তো জিনিসটা আপডেটেড হলো না।
অ্যারেতে আপডেট করতে গেলে তো সোয়াপ করতে হবে।
হ্যাঁ, সেটা কিভাবে করব?
ওই স্যার মানে লাস্ট এলিমেন্ট আর ফার্স্ট এলিমেন্টটাকে নিয়ে সোয়াপ করতে হবে, তারপরে আবার ইনক্রিমেন্ট হবে একটা করে, দিয়ে আবার সোয়াপ করতে হবে।
তার মানে দুটো পয়েন্টার লাগবে,
এরকম ভাবে করতে হবে। হুম হুম।
মানে তুমি বলছো এটার সাথে এটা হলো, রাইট? তারপরে আমি কি করতে চাইছি, এটাকে ই হবে, এটা এ হয়ে যাবে, এটা বাড়বে, এটাও বাড়বে, এটা কি হয়ে যাবে, ডি হয়ে যাবে, এটা বি হয়ে যাবে, আর এটা সি থাকলে সি থাকবে, তাই তো? তার মানে আউটপুটটা যা হওয়ার হয়ে যাবে। তো এটা যদি করতে হয়, যেটা তুমি বললে, that is the first thing, that means you have to find the length of the string, right? Void, str, I am writing this reverse, this is character, a, so integer l I, right? So for l is equals to 0, al plus plus, right? If we do that, then we are reaching the, we are getting the length of the string. By using this, we are getting the length of the string. Now for swapping, আমার মিডিল পয়েন্ট পর্যন্ত গেলেই হবে। তার মানে যে কোনো একটা কিছু থাক না কেন, আমার যদি এরকম থাকে এ বি সি ডি ই, আমি কি করব, এটাকে আমি ই এর সাথে করব, বিটাকে ডি এর সাথে করব, আর সিটা থেকে যাবে। তার মানে আমার হাফ পর্যন্ত গেলেই আমার প্রোগ্রামটা রান করে। তাই জন্য আমি কি করলাম, ফর I equals to 0, I is less than L by 2, I n plus plus. And what I am doing, I am doing the swapping operation মনে পড়ে, a equals to a plus b, right? এইভাবে আমরা swapping করতে পারি, b equals to a minus b, আবার a equals to a minus b, right? এইভাবেই তো করছো, তাই তো? So এইভাবে swapping করা যেতে পারে। So in that particular case, I am writing like that, ai, there should be many other procedure, but that is the, I think, one of the thing that you can do like that. This is l minus I minus 1, this is ai minus a l minus I minus 1. তুমি এটাকে a হিসেবে ধরো, তাহলে তুমি ব্যাপারটা বুঝতে পারবে। And the thing is that ai is equals to ai minus al minus I minus 1. So what is happening, we are just swapping this value, right? আমি যেখানে I equals to 0 তে আছি, এটা l minus 1, দেখো at first কত, ধরো এটা যদি নিই, এটা 1 0 1 2 3 4 5, তার মানে at that 5 l equals to 5 and I equals to 0, right? So I am swapping the value of ai with a l minus I minus 1. That is a simple thing, we are using swapping. So this is the a0 location, and this is 5 minus 0 minus I, that means a4 locations, and this is the a0 location. And if you see a0 location, in a0 locations this is a, and a4 locations this is e, that means we are just swapping it, right? এটা বোঝা গেল? তার মানে এর পরের স্টেপে কি হবে, in the next step I would be again incremented, right? I will be again incremented, that means l is equals to 5 and I equals to 1. So this is, we are swapping a1, and this is 5 minus 1 minus 1, that means a3. That means the next location will be swapped ai with a3, and of course the reverse will occur like that. This is nothing but str reverse, right? This is nothing but str reverse of a string. We can do lots of things by using str reverse. You just remember the thing that we can do lots of things by using strrev, right? So the thing is that in that particular case, what we can say about that, that there is also another thing that is called strcmp, that means string compare, right? That means this is compare between string by lexicographically order, lexicographical comparison, or that is also called dictionary order. This is called also dictionary order. So in that particular case, say what do you mean by that dictionary order মানে ডিকশনারিতে কোন লেটারটা আগে থাকে আর কোন লেটারটা পরে থাকে এটা কিন্তু ডিকশনারির অর্ডার তার মানে ধরো একটা স্ট্রিং আছে দ্যাট ইজ এ বি সি ডি ই এফ নাল ক্যারেক্টার এবং আরেকটা স্ট্রিং আছে সে এ বি সি ডি and null character. So this is 0 1 2 3 4 5 6. So if we write strcmp a comma b, right, if we write strcmp a comma b, that means strcmp that will compare between strings by lexicographical comparison. That means in that above example the first mismatch will occur at that location. First mismatch will occur at that particular locations. So the output that will give the ASCII difference between these two. That means the ASCII value of E is 69 minus 0, that will give us 69. That means if we will get the positive answer, if we will get positive value, that means the first string is greater than second string, is greater than second string, right, if this is positive. And the thing is, if it is negative, then the first string is less than second string. And if it will give you 0, that means first string is equals to second string. That means you just remember the thing. Say string A, say I am writing Devaya, and say string B I am writing, say this is also Deva, say. And if I am writing A equals to what I am writing, strcmp a comma b, right, and I am writing printf, strings are same, strings are same, else printf strings are different. So can you tell me what should be the output of this if we write the code like that? Your output ki hobe? I am just using if within if we are using strcmp a comma b. So what should be the output of this? বলো। অমর,
এটা তো এলস পার্টটা প্রিন্ট করবে।
এলস পার্টটা প্রিন্ট করবে কেন? এলস পার্টটা প্রিন্ট করবে
কারণ স্যার এখানে মানে strcmp যেটা ওটা তো স্যার 0 দেবে না।
তো 0 দান দিলে তো ইফের কন্ডিশনটা ট্রু হবে, তার মানে এটা তো প্রিন্ট করার কথা, তাই না? সেটাই তো বলছি।
ও হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ,
এটা কিন্তু মাথায় রেখে, এটা গন্ডগোল হয় বলেই আমি তোমায় দেখালাম। ইন সাম ডিফারেন্ট এক্সামিনেশনস ইট উইল বি গিভেন লাইক দ্যাট। তুমি তাড়াহুড়া করে বলবে এটা প্রিন্ট করবে, এলস পার্ট প্রিন্ট করবে, বাট এলস পার্ট কেন প্রিন্ট করবে? বিকজ since the two strings are that are different, that means that will give you positive value, right? That means this if conditions will be true, and if the if conditions will be true, then it will print the statement within if, right? That will print the statement within if. বোঝা গেছে ব্যাপারটা? So এটা কিন্তু মাথায় রেখে, so the thing is that how we can implement it in manual versions. That means if we want to implement it through manual versions, that means it will return the the number of the difference between the ASCII value difference between first mismatch character, right? So this is integer str cmp, this is character a, and this is the character b. So say integer I. What I am doing here, that means you know, we are searching for whether that will be match or not. That means, say if the string is matching, that means a b, say c d, this is also null character, and this is a b c d, this is also null character. Then when your program will stop, that means when this both will reach to the null character, right? Then your program will stop. That means you will find that okay, there will be no mismatch and the strings are same. So for I equals to 0, if this is ai and this is bi, I am doing I plus plus, and the thing is that if this ai is not equals to bi, if we are not finding that there is no কোনো লাভ নেই continue করে, so we are breaking, and return is nothing but I am giving the difference between these two, right? These two values. This is nothing but the manual versions. That means your program will stop when the both will reach the null value. So that's why I am giving these ending conditions. And until and unless both will give the null character, both will reach to the null character, we are just comparing each and every value, and if it will not match at certain point, then we will break the loop and we will return the thing that is ai minus bi, the value of ai minus bi. That is the thing that you can think of that. Or you can use the pointer concept is also. That means if we use pointer versions, if we use pointer versions, that means in case of pointer version that will return this, that means strcmp, say character star str1, this is called str2, and while star this str1 equals to str2, if it will matches, right? That means if this str1 equals to this null, then return 0. Otherwise what we are incrementing this, and as well as we are incrementing this, right? We are incrementing both thing until and unless we are matching this, and the thing is that we are returning this str1 minus str2. That is the pointer version that is similar as that. So this is the function which is called strcmp, and the thing is that there is another function that is called strstr. That is also one of the important function, and this is used to locate the first occurrence of a substring. Actually this function is used to locate the first occurrence, of a substring in another string. লাইক দ্যাট তুমি যখন ডকুমেন্ট সার্চ করো, তোমার কাছে কি আছে, একটা পুরো ডকুমেন্ট আছে। আমরা কি করি, ওই কন্ট্রোল এফ টিপে ফাইন্ডের মধ্যে কি করি, একটা লেটার বা যা তুমি সার্চ করতে চাও সেটা দিলে, তুমি এন্টার মানে ও কি করলো, সার্চ করে তোমায় কি করলো, লোকেশনস গুলো দিয়ে দিল। এই str এর কাজটাও সেটা, এ শুধু কি দেয়, লোকেট করে ফার্স্ট অকারেন্স অফ এ সাবস্ট্রিং in another string. That means say if I am writing a if I am writing a program, so like that, that is interesting. If we write like that, say I am writing str string.h, that should be included everywhere. Say in that particular case, say I am just the thing is that I am just using a character, say ttr, and the thing is that cptr equals to strstr, right? And I am writing this like that. Say I am writing a sentence or string, say plus meant placement section, right? That I am writing a string, and the substring I am writing like that, cement, right? I am writing like that, and this is the semicolon, and then I just want to print f. We are printing the string. That means that should be, what is this? This is %h \n, and the thing is this is ptr, right? So I am writing this, and if we run this, right, if we run this, if it runs, it will give cement sections, right? What is this? That means it will first match this cement, right? It will match this cement, and it will print the rest of the section. Oh, just is PLA, that should be, it should be like that. So আমরা কি করলাম, এখানে যখনই সিমেন্টটা পেলো, ও সিমেন্টের পর বাকিগুলোকে শুধু রাখলো, তার মানে ফার্স্ট অপারেন্সটা ও কি করে আউটপুটে দেয়, ফার্স্ট অপারেন্সে দিল, তার মানে কি সিমেন্ট সেকশনকে ও তারপর থেকে প্রিন্ট, মানে যেখানে ম্যাচটা পেলো সেখান থেকে ও এখানে যদি ধরো আমি if I just write a, say I am writing a, this is a substring that I want to search, then if we run this, you just say it will give ACEMENT, right? PL, after that A, that will get A, and from A it will print the rest of the thing, right? So in that particular case, what I am saying, that this is str, str, and this is the source, and that is you want to search, right? That means, say that is your home task, right? I am just giving you the hints that how can you do that. Say this is A, B, this is C, this is E, F, G, C, D, I, J, K, L, C, D, M, N, C, D, P, Q. Now this is the string, right? And the substring, that is nothing but C, D, and now, right? So what we know, that when it does not find anything, it returns null. That means if strab, that give you null when it does not find anything, right? If it does not find anything, then it will give you null. And str this ab, that returns the first address, which is, say if we 100, this is 101, this is 102, the first address that will be matched at 102, that means which is 102 when first substring matches. So তোমার কাজ হচ্ছে, that is treated as a home task, that is by using strstr, whatever you can use, the thing is that find the frequency of cd, তার মানে এইখানে কতবার cd আছে, that means occurrence of cd in the given string. You have to find the occurrences, of cd in the given string. আমি এই স্ট্রিংটা দিয়ে দিয়েছি ইনপুটে, এবং বিটা হচ্ছে সাবস্ট্রিং, দ্যাট ইজ সিডি, তোমাকে যেটা বার করতে হবে, you have to find the frequency of CD, or or occurrences, or occurrences of CD in the substring. That is the first thing that you should do. And the second task that you have to do, that is, let a string be, let a string is given. Say this is a blank space, a b c, this is a blank space, e f, blank space, this is a semicolon, I j k, this is a blank space, this is dot, and again blank space. So the thing is that we have to find how many words are there, how many words are there in the above string, that means how many we have to, how words means this is a word, this is a word, this is a word, this is a word. So how many words are there? That means it may be separated by a blank space, it may be separated by semicolon, it may be separated by dot, whatever be the thing, you have to find the number of blank spaces. So I think that is clear, that you have to find the blank spaces. So, and also another program, and that is important, that write a program, write a program to test whether a string is palindrome or not. A palindrome means like a radar or madam, that all are the palindrome string, because সামনে থেকে এবং পেছন থেকে একই। রেডারও দেখো সামনের দিক দিয়ে এবং পেছন দিক দিয়ে একই হচ্ছে, so that's why that is called the string is palindrome or not. The next home task that will ask in several interviews, that is, if the input is given like that, that means I love to read books, right? So the output of your program, that is I, এটা উল্টে যাবে, that will be উল্টে যাবে এটা। So SKOOB, like that. So that will be output. And another thing is that is also interesting as a homework. That means if the input that is given, I have many books, and the output should be books many have I. এখানে কি লেটার্স গুলো উল্টে গেছিল, বাট এখানে কি হচ্ছে জাস্ট এইগুলো উল্টাচ্ছে, মানে এই উল্টো দিক থেকে আমি, তার মানে কি ব্ল্যাঙ্ক স্পেস যখন পাবো, উইদিন বিটুইন দ্য ব্ল্যাঙ্ক স্পেস আমি যেটা ওয়ার্ডটাকে তুলবো তাকে আমি রিভার্স করব। সো দ্যাট ইজ দ্য থিং দ্যাট ইউ নিড টু ডু। অ্যান্ড অ্যানাদার থিং পরে দেবো, ধরো আরেকটা জিনিস আমাকে প্রিন্ট করে দেখবে তো বাই ইউজিং স্ট্রিং, মানে ধরো এটা পারো কিনা, ধরো এটা আছে, and the thing is that like that means it will be printed like that. আমার আঁকাটা ঠিক না হলে এটা আঁকাটা এরকম হবে। এটা তোমার নাম দিয়ে যা ইনপুট দেবো, শুধু আমার নাম নয়, এটা হচ্ছে তোমার নাম দিলেও এটা যেন আউটপুটটা এরকম দেখতে হয়, আউটপুটটা এরকম ভাবে পুরোপুরি লাইক দ্যাট, এরকম ভাবে আউটপুটটা যেন দেখতে হয়। দ্যাট শুড বি দ্য আউটপুট। এই আউটপুটটা প্রিন্ট মানে তোমাকে ইনপুটে যাবে যে কোনো স্ট্রিং, আউটপুটটা এরকম যেন দেখতে হয়। সো এইটা যেন করতে পারলে বেটার, এটা করতে পারলে তোমাদের ভালোই হয়। তো এইগুলো হচ্ছে দ্য করসপন্ডিং প্রোগ্রাম দ্যাট ইউ হ্যাভ টু ইমপ্লিমেন্ট বাই ইউজিং দিস লাইব্রেরি ফাংশন। লাইব্রেরি ফাংশনস দিয়ে এগুলোকে ইমপ্লিমেন্ট করতে পারো, চেষ্টা করো।